Hey guys, how's it going? It's Louis Savage here, and got my serious voice on because today's video is more of a touchy subject. With the whole thing that's been going on with George Floyd and the protests and the riots and stuff like that, it's been really a lot to consume, like all at once. Like scrolling through Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, all of that, like watching the news, it can be a lot to take in, and I had to take a break. Like I couldn't do it anymore. Like I talked to my sister and we were speaking. I was like, yeah, it was just my heart was broken. I was angry, frustrated, like irritated. Like I was just like I just needed to detach from like society and reality in general for a quick second. I needed to catch my breath, and I noticed like it wasn't just me that was feeling this way. Like I'll speak to like a buddy of mine, and he will tell me like he's the same thing. He's just feeling all sorts of frustrated and anger, and like especially for like some people who just don't get it. It's like because even though like everybody's agreeing, like Black Lives Matter, some people are still like, well, I mean, all lives matter, or some people like just don't get it, right? And first of all, I want to say like, yeah, all lives matter, but that's what Black Lives Matter is about. Like, yeah, Asians' life matter and white life matter, and everybody's life matters, but they matter just as much as black people. All right, black lives, and there have been too many black murders. It's ridiculous, right? Like they're the ones you hear in the news, and then they're the ones that you don't even hear about, and just looking at all the ones that I just never heard about, or the scenarios that created such instances, like it just broke me down because it was like it's over stupid stuff. Like how can a kid get gunned down because he's playing with a toy gun? How many of us played with toy guns when we were kids, right? You have like how would someone be deemed as dangerous because they're bringing out their phone? Like what else is gonna be in your pocket? You break into someone's house and shoot them, but it's the wrong apartment. Like it's because someone's wearing a hoodie, because someone's jogging. Like you can't even take jogs anymore. It's like, and it's very frustrating because it's like, then what the fuck can you do, right? A lot of times you're trying to like avoid these situations, right? Parents don't want your kids to be the next Trayvon Martin or the next George Floyd or all these people, and they try as much as possible to keep their kids out of harm's way, which is what the police, like at this point. And it's like, what else can they do? Like leave the country? Like black people helped build this country. Like they were like they're embedded in this country, and so like there's no place to go. This is their home, and yet it's like what, you're uncomfortable. You're discriminated at in your own home. Like you can't call your home a home because of some people don't like the way you look. Like, are you kidding me? It's not all right. It's not okay, not by any and all means. And it's something that like these protests, like it had to happen because, and honestly, it shouldn't even take a police officer, a video of a police officer kneeing a black man, his knee on his neck for 8 fucking minutes. This man yelling, "I can't breathe." Like, it's like just watching the video, like all kinds of aggression just builds up, and it's like, it's frustrating, honestly. And the fact that there's still some people who are like, who don't get it. It's like, what does it have to take for you to understand? And the whole thing with the riots, right? A lot of people have been talking about how the riots are like chaos and you're destroying black businesses and stuff like that and all this kind of stuff. And for one, I want to say I don't condone the riots. I don't agree with the riots. Now, the riots are it's like, you can't blame the protest for the riots. Heck, protesters are helping to try and stop the riots as much as they can. But people are greedy in general. Like some people are people. Like you can't, we literally still, like we're just coming off of Corona season, or we can still say we're in Corona season. A lot of people don't have jobs. They don't have a lot of things going good for them right now. And you're telling me that Target has been raided and you're trying to provide for your kids, or you're trying to just get something you can sell to get ends meet. Like, you're going to join in those riots, right? Like, so I'm not saying I condone it, but it kind of lines up when you think about it, like why riots are happening. But some people still trying to find ways to blame the protests for the riots. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, You're gonna be bad people. We're gonna just gonna, or I won't even say bad people. They're gonna be people who always take advantage of good things. It's always gonna happen, right? And this riot is a good cause, but obviously there's going to be some people that are going to try and take advantage of the riots and the all the attention being focused on them to try and do stuff for themselves. So like you can't blame the protesters for the riots. Like it's a byproduct that's going to happen. It's going to keep happening, and I feel really, really bad for the businesses. I feel sorry for them, but buildings can be rebuilt, is what I'm trying to say. Like there's the guy who lost his bar and stuff like that. He's raised over what 800K right now. Like so, like yeah, that's he has to build everything up and everything there and set it all up after it's all said and done. But like buildings can be rebuilt, lives can't. All right, like lives are lost, can be brought back. Okay, there is no knowing God on a first name basis and asking him for a favor or reanimation technique or any of this kind of stuff. Like lives are lost, especially unnecessarily. They're like that is like the worst thing ever. Like and literally all these shootings and killings, like just call them what it is. They're murders, but it's like it's murders you can get away with. And the fact that like you can go to police academy and take the quiz or take the test and whatever, take the physicals, pass it, say an oath to protect and to serve, just to go out to the streets and look at somebody and say, and just because you don't like the color of their skin or based on the stereotype that's been given to them that they weren't even a part of making, you're gonna say, oh my God, I feel threatened, bring out your gun and then shoot him dead in the face. Like shoot him in the face and kill him dead right there. Like, and you're still gonna walk away from it. Like, the fuck? There are a lot of cops that are gone away scot-free for killing black people. But like, and the frustration, if you don't still get it, is the fact that if that ever happened to a white person, there's no way that cop would have gone scot-free. There's so many, someone can fake a check or stuff like that, and if they're black, they're gonna get dogged and beaten the shit up or manhandled. But someone can go and shoot up a whole black church, and you're gonna give them a fucking bulletproof vest? Are you fucking kidding me? It's ridiculous, right? It's frustrating. And if you still don't get it, then honestly, you are part of the problem. Because, like, what exactly did black people ever do to you? Like, why are you racist? Like, and that's the question, really. It's like, and some people, they're like, well, I'm not racist. I have black friends. Or, I support the court. I may not understand, but I stand, And it's like, yeah, but, like, what exactly do you, and they're just saying that just to say it outside. And that's actually the ones that are really irking me right now. The ones that like, you can kind of tell when someone is just bullshitting or they're just saying it for saying face. Like some people are saying it for clout right now, and damn well just what they're talking in their own households. Like, can you, like, you have, like, people who, like, oh, yeah, I'm cool with being black people, but nah, there's no way my dad would let me marry a black guy. Or there's no way, like, my dad would let me marry a black girl. Like, it's like, that's the fucking problem. Why? Why wouldn't he? Oh, well, I know, because, black people seem to be, yeah, it's like, and it's just really frustrating just looking at this, and it's easy to just lose hope. Some people can be like, fuck, this is never going to change. Some people can be like, fuck this, they're never going to understand. But I just want to say, like, as frustrating as it is, and trust me, it is fucking frustrating, there is at least hope. Because, and we're living it right now, The fact that, like, all 50 states have protested, that says something. That's never happened before. The fact that everyone in the United States, at least, is voicing their protests and their opinions on Black Lives Matter, and is just as, just as intense as those outside of the United States. You have people in Paris, people in Sweden, people all over, like, in Chad and fucking, like, in Hong Kong. Like, you have people giving out advices on how to, like, deal with tear gases, and you have people, like, talking about how to, like, get rid of certain things and how to bypass certain laws and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, it's amazing, actually. That's the little shred of hope that some people just, like, you just have to cling on to. Sorry, because it can be frustrating. It can be. I mean, I know a lot of people who they're just numb to the effect, and they're just like, I just don't even want to bother with it. And honestly, it had to happen and you have, like I said, there are, like, all these YouTubers and stuff like that. They're just focusing on the wrong fucking thing. Like, you have there's, I don't want to name the YouTuber, but, like, there was this one guy I was randomly watching, and his whole situation, his whole skit was like he was just so focused on the riots and like the chaos and trying to talk about how this is not the way and saying like, you know, like talking about like the system and stuff like that, and just he was just talking about all the wrong stuff, and I was like, you don't get it, like you just don't fucking get it, right? And like a lot of people wondering like where does all this anger come from, and it's like for me it's like how was he even born here, right? I was born in Nigeria. I came here when I was 13, and I had like 7+ years. You know, I'm about to be 21. It's like in just those 7 years, I know how much racism I've experienced. Right, I've known of some of my friends that have experienced racism. I know how some people look at me when I walk into a room. Heck, my fucking what do they call it class, my English class in community college. I know when we were in a class and we were talking about Huckleberry Finn, and my teacher just straight out blurting out nigger like it was rolling off his tongue, and like feeling all those gazes look at me. Like I don't understand how that fucking feels. That's fucking irritating as fuck. It's one thing to talk about, you know, U.S. culture and how America was born. It's another thing to talk about slavery and think about how your ancestors and down history being repeated over and over again. You talk about it in AP Gov. You talk about it in U.S. history. You talk about it in world history. You talk about it in all these classes and the way it's projected is just like, it's just not even fair. You just talk about how the bad things that African Americans had to deal with slavery and being in all the Jim Crow laws and all that, and just the separate but equal kind of thing. And you're telling me that like you don't understand where the anger is coming from. You're telling me that like people overreacting. Like it's like this is like the third time I'm making this video now. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna leave it as it is because I tried making a script just so I wouldn't get too heated. That didn't work out. I tried just going all the way in and ended up making a long ass video, but I just want to make the base of this video to be like, if you don't understand, hopefully you do now. And I know like this video is not like, I'm not like some big ass YouTuber is trying to like gain a lot of traction or whatever, but like to those people who do watch my videos, to those people who might ever come in contact with this video, I just want to make sure you understand just like the significance of like and where all this anger and frustration is coming from. Like the fact that my sister will call me back when I was walking in Walmart. The fact that my sister will call me and say, "Nee, please, I don't know what you're doing. Like, but on your way home, I know it's gonna be late at night. Don't push your hoodie up because I don't want you being on the news." The fact that can happen. Not even the fact that she had to call me because she's afraid that could happen. That could actually happen. All because I'm black. The fact that like my buddies would be acted or say, "Oh, you hang around thugs just because of their hairstyles." The fact that it says a lot. Like this country needs to change, honestly, and it's this whole thing. Like who would feel comfortable, like, you know, letting your kid grow up in this country and teaching them? Like no one would be. Right, like honestly, only white people, because like it doesn't really affect you. And honestly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm actually grateful for the white people that do stand up for this. I'm grateful for like I have a lot of white friends or a lot of white people that I follow on Instagram and follow me back, and like seeing like how involved they are. It really, like I said, it really is just. It's like that little ray of sunshine in all this cloud, stormy weather. It's really nice. And the one thing that gives me hope the most, weirdly enough to say it, is like my friend group, because we're all from very diverse backgrounds, but we don't give a fuck about our like that. Like, you know, it's like I'm Nigerian, like I'm African American, yeah, but like I'm Nigerian. That's where I originate from. I have a buddy who's his dad's a cop and his mom's black, and his dad is Hispanic, and he's one of the funniest guys I've ever known. Like his dad is awesome. So I'm not even saying all cops are bad. Like there are a lot of good apples in the forest, but there are a shit ton of bad ones as well. And like I have friends that they're Blasians and friends that they're actually like they're fully mixed. Like straight up, his mom's white, dad's black. Like I have friends like that, and it's the fact that like we're all friends regardless of that background. That is more than proof enough to say that like you should not, and you could not be judged based on the color of your skin, because there's some of us that like we've ran track together. There's some of us we've gone to classes together. There's some of us where we've never met each other. I got friends from the Middle East that we've never even seen, but like I would step in front of them and take a bullet from them, because that's just how much we appreciate each other for who we are. And the fact that like America, a country that's based on land, like its motto is land of the free. Like you're it's a country that is a combination of so many cultures and so many races and so many different histories combining together to, and it's supposed to be a land where you're supposed to like, it doesn't matter what your background is. It's like, instead of that being a country, the reality is like your skin does dictate like where you end up, or it has a very high impact on where you're going to be. Like that says a lot. The fact that, like, you can't name me a single bad, quote unquote, or a thuggish looking, quote unquote, white haircut. Yet it's very easy to be like, oh, well, if you see a black guy with cornrows and he looks a little buff, man, he might be a thug. Like that, it's like, stop racially profiling us, man. Like, what the fuck? Are you telling me that all black people are bad? Like, what, all white people are good? Like, that's not, like, it's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. But all I just want to end this with is, like, one, all lives matter, but black lives matter too, all right? Black people are important. We're beautiful. We're excellent, okay? Just because our hair is different, or because our skin is different, or our culture is different, or because, like, you might not understand this, doesn't mean that we're lesser than. We're fucking equals, okay? We got the same anatomy. We have the same organs running through our body. We have the same type of blood, just different blood types and blood groups. We have the fucking same skull. We have the same brain. Just some people's brains might be a little wrinkled than others. We really are the same, all right? The only difference is the fact that your skin is pale and mine is dark. Like, that is the only fucking difference. All right. And if you have anything to say about that, like, say otherwise, like, then you're a part of the problem. And I just want to say to those of you who do support it, and those of you who are for it, for the protest and stuff like that, and you might not be able to protest, there are other ways you can support. Like, you don't have to go out there. Like, there are people who will fight at the front lines, but there are also people who support at the back lines. You can, you can post about it. If you're not, if you're not post friendly, like you're, I'm shy, I don't really post, you can donate. You can sign petitions. All right. If you're old enough to vote, fucking vote. Like, why aren't you? It's like, these are the things that can bring forth change. All right. If you're someone who has been racist in the past, or you're trying to change, like, these are the ways you can change. If you don't want to join the protest, like I said, you can post about it. If you don't want to post about it, or you're too shy about posting about it, fucking sign petitions, and like, make donations and stuff like that. Because this is a time that, like, both blacks, whites, Hispanics, all of us, we need to come together, because this needs to change. Right? Like, you can't just say, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't bother me, or, it doesn't involve me. It does involve you, because you're a citizen of this country. You're part of, you're just as, you could just be being silent is being part of the problem, and speaking out and acting out is being part of the solution. So, and some people might be worried about it, because I've had to unfollow a lot of pages and stuff. There's some pages I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this. There's some YouTubers I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you. Like, and it's not like, oh, because, like, they're just certain people that just don't get it. And just like I said, you're gonna have people that, don't stand by it. You're gonna have people who are gonna be like, well, nah, fuck you. Some people that don't like your message, and it's okay to lose them, because all you're doing is just making room for the people who will get your message and will like you and will understand where you're coming from. Because, like, this is not the time to be worried about what does what does Kelsey think about me, or what does Joanne is gonna say. Like, Joanne might not like this book. Like, nah, it's not about that. It's about fighting for change. Honestly, change that was supposed to happen. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna link down below some places you can donate to and stuff like that. And because I'll be damned if I can pay like $20 for a skin in Apex and not fucking support a cause that supports my fucking skin color. Like, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, my name is Oluwabimi Gayeni. I'm Nigerian, and I'm African American, and I'm black, and I'm proud. See you guys.